Well, Pokemon Go Fest Day 2 is going to be a massive raid day. We're going to discuss the three prioritizations from first, second, and third ranking on how you should choose which of these legendaries you should be raiding in what order based on your prioritizations. Let's get into the video. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is yours truly, Fitz. How you guys doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. And this is probably a much anticipated video because I'm gonna give it to you guys straight how you should prioritize rating all these Pokemon within each hour. Now, if you're not aware, every hour these Pokemon will be spawning. Also, what's included that Niantic left out was the Swords of Justice. So Virizion, Terrakion, and Cobalion are actually going to be available as well. So the very first prioritization you should do, in my opinion, is Shinies you don't have. Raid the legendaries that you don't have Shinies of, because you need to assume, you literally need to assume that that Pokemon will never come out again. Now, of course, you could trade for that Pokemon, but let's be realistic here. If you could get it yourself, you save yourself a lot of resources to trade for it because you're not really sure how much it's going to cost. Maybe you're not trading with a best friend where it's only going to cost like 20 grand? 20,000 Stardust or 40,000 Stardust. What if you have to trade a stranger and it's 1,000,000 Stardust? So it will cost you less overall Stardust if you can get your own. And let's go ahead and actually take a look at what some of the Shinies look like. This is actually the best picture I could really find. You got Shiny Moltres here, Zapdos, Articuno, Lugia, Ho-Oh looks nice, Latios and Latias here, Rayquaza. We're not getting the incarnate forms of the Weather Trio, which is kind of interesting, or the Genies, I should say. We're not getting those. Those have not been confirmed. It's the Therian forms, which the Therian forms are not going to be shiny, by the way. A Legendary Beast, Suicune, Entei, Raikou, Mewtwo, of course, the Regis. I don't have a single shiny Regi. I've tried and tried and tried. I will be rating those, especially Registeel. We'll get into that in a minute. But I don't have a single shiny Regi trio, so I'm going to be rating those because that's my prioritization. That's number one priority. Groudon, Kyogre, excellent shinies. Dialga and Palkia won't be shiny, not yet. That's coming soon at the later half of this year with the promotion. Heatran, Regigigas, it's out now, but it does have a shiny. Giratina, this is the only form that we're going to get, and the only one that's been confirmed is altered form Giratina. So that's something to keep in mind. Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion. I don't have a shiny Virizion, so I'll be prioritizing that. And of course, the only other shiny that is left that is available is Cresselia, which is a good one. So there you guys have it. Very first prioritization you should focus on is getting the shinies, because again, you want to assume they will never come back. It'll save you some resource costs as well, because no one wants to spend a bunch of Stardust on a shiny when you didn't actually try to get it. Okay, prioritization number 2, PvP or raid relevant Pokemon. So what do I mean by that? If you PvP a lot, you should be focusing on Pokemon that are good in PvP to get XL candies to max out or power up in the respective leagues. For example, Cresselia is really good in the Ultra League more so than the Great League. Ultra Form Giratina is really good in both Ultra and Master. Of course, Mewtwo and Ho-Oh are good in Master. Yveltal has play in Master. Articuno, excellent in the Ultra League. Kyogre, excellent in Master League. Suicune is okay in the Ultra League, but I wouldn't recommend it. And we also got Dialga in Master League, Zekrom in Master League, and Registeel and Great in Ultra League. So let's go over those real quick. Mewtwo is a fantastic Pokemon. You definitely want to be rating Mewtwo's for the XL candy, and because it's also just a monster. Psycho Cut, Confusion, you want to go with Psycho Cut in PvP. Side Strike is a legacy charge move, but if you have legacy charge TMs, you can give it Side Strike, or you can even get it Shadow Ball. Honestly, Side Strike and Shadow Ball is really good in Master League, but you could couple Side Strike with Focus Blast to one-hit KO those steel types like Dialga and Melmetal. Ho-Oh actually has some play. I don't even think in that don't even think in that infographic that it showed Ho-Oh and... Oh, it did. Okay, Master League. All right, I was making sure. Because it has Incinerate now, which is really good. Incinerate and Earthquake you're going to want, so you're going to have to probably, you know, you're going to have to Elite Charge TM that as well. With Brave Bird, you actually get Incinerate, or excuse me, Earthquake and Brave Bird kind of quick with Incinerate because of its energy gain per turn, and it hits pretty hard, having Stab and doing 20 damage in PvP. Excellent wall against the Steel types, 100%. Okay, Ultimate Form Giratina. This one's kind of easy because you guys are aware of it. Shadow Claw, Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, Ancient Power, and Shadow Sneak. I don't really have to go into this one too much. You guys are aware of what movesets are the best. Ancient Power definitely getting nerfed. That's kind of gone away. So Shadow Claw, Dragon Claw, and Shadow Sneak. Going into Cresselia. Cresselia is a fantastic Pokemon. Psycho Cut, Confusion, Future Sight, Moonblast, Aurora Beam, and Grass Knot. So Ultra League is what I'm specifically going to talk about with this Pokemon. You want Psycho Cut with Moonblast and Grass Knot because in the Ultra League, even in the Open Ultra, you do see Swamperts quite a bit. And also, when you're doing mirror matches, if you can win the CMP ties and your opponent is just a Grass Knot away from dying instead of a Moonblast, because that does a little bit more damage, you're going to win the match. So you're definitely going to want Grass Knot and Moonblast with Psycho Cut as moves. Now we go into Groudon. Groudon's great in Master League because it walls those Steel types, and you do see Heatran every now and then too. Mud Shot, Fire Punch, again, Legacy Charge move, and Earthquake are the moves you're going to want to use. It stinks that we have to use a lot of Elite Charge TMs for these Pokemon, but it is worth it because you only have to do it once. Yveltal. Yveltal is a pretty cool Pokemon. The moves you're looking for, Snarl is definitely the one you want to use with Dark Pulse and probably Hurricane. You could go Focus Blast to try to take off guard the Steel types, because again, you always see Melmetal and Dialga. You will always see those. So that's something you can look into unless you just want to do mass stab damage with Dark Pulse. You can certainly go that route and just have Hurricane as well. Very versatile Pokemon. It does win in some very key matchups, i.e. Giratina Origin Form is a Pokemon you see a lot in the Master League, so Yveltal can be really good if you build a good team around it. Now, Ultra League Articuno. Articuno is really good because Ice Shard is the best ice move, quick move in the game. You give it Icy Wind, and honestly, I go Icy Wind Ancient Power. The only reason why I do that is Ancient Power, if you have a mirror match, Ancient Power could really throw that Articuno off guard and also do 4 times super effective damage, and it really hurts really bad. I have seen people run Hurricane and they hit me every now and then because I didn't see it coming. But also, it's not really a one-hit KO move because we're only talking about the Ultra League here. For example, my Obstagoon can take a Hurricane and it won't even get one-hit KO'd. You could run a Hurricane if you wanted to. It's just a little bit risky, especially if your opponent does shield it, and that puts you in a bad situation. Kyogre. Kyogre is a really good Pokemon when you want to get XL Candy for, so you can power it up as far as possible. Waterfall, Surf, Thunder. The reason why I say Thunder is you can get into those mirror type matchups, and if you're dealing against Pokemon like Rhyperior or Groudon, Surf is going to be all the super effective damage you're going to need to be able to pressure. Now, I will say, you can run Blizzard to one-hit KO Giratinas if they're caught off guard, Lugias if they're caught off guard, Yveltal if it's caught off guard. There are some Pokemon that can be caught off guard and you can one-hit KO with Blizzard, so you're gonna have to kind of see what kind of meta you're seeing with your team, because remember, you will see certain metas based off your team composition to decide whether you need to run Blizzard or Thunder. Zekrom. Haven't personally used one yet. I need one. I need a good one. You're looking at Dragon Breath with Crunch and Wild Charge. That's usually what people run, because if you're going up against a dragon, your Dragon Breath is doing enough, and Crunch is the quicker move anyway to try to deal damage against a fellow dragon type. Dialga. We kind of already know what this is going to be. Dragon Breath, Draco Meteor, and Iron Head. Pretty simple. Sometimes you do see Thunder. You can interchange these. That's entirely up to you. But Dragon Breath, Iron Head are a staple. And finally, Registeel and the Ultra League. Clearly, Lock On, Focus Blast, and Flash Cannon. Pretty simple stuff. As far as PvE, you guys kind of already are aware, a lot of these Pokemon are really good in PvE. Again, Mewtwo, Ho-Oh, not Cresselia, not Regigigas, not Latios or Latias. Moltres. Moltres is good with Fire Spin and Overheat. Also, Wing Attack and Sky Attack are really good as a flying attacker. It's like the best flying attacker in the game. Entei is okay as a fire type. Reshiram is actually really good with Fire Fang, and I think it's Flamethrower. I can't remember, but Reshiram is good in raids as a fire type attacker, one of the best ones in the entire game. Ho-Oh the same with Incinerate, Fire Blast, Groudon, Mudshot, Earthquake. Landorus, the incarnate form's a little bit better because it has a better moveset. It does have Mudshot and Earth Power, so it's really good. Yveltal, good Dark type attacker in raids, Snarl and Dark Pulse. Terrakion's actually really good in raids as a Rock type attacker. It's one of the best with Smackdown and Rock Slide. Articuno, not that great of an ice attacker. Lugia, not the best flying attacker. Kyogre, one of the best water attackers with Waterfall and Surf. Kyurem is okay, it needs a moveset. Palkia is not bad with as a dragon attacker with Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor. Zapdos and Raikou are both really good electric type attackers, both with Thunder Shock, and Raikou being Wild Charge, Zapdos being Thunderbolt. Rayquaza, best dragon attacker in the game. Dragon Tail and Outrage. Dialga's pretty good. Dragon Breath and Draco Meteors, not bad. And as a Steel type in raids, Metal Claw and Iron Head. Thundurus here, really good with, I think it's Volt Switch and Thunderbolt, I do believe. Zekrom, we just went over its moves. You can either use Dragon Breath, Outrage, or Charge Beam and Thunder. Yes. No, Wild Charge, excuse me. Charge Beam, Wild Charge. Xerneas needs a move update, and so does Kabalion. So there you guys have it. That is prioritization number 2. And finally, prioritization number 3 should be, if you're trying to strictly prioritize XP grinding, some of these Pokemon in the hours are going to be faster to beat than the others. So if you are strictly XP farming every single hour, and you don't care about prioritization number 1 or number 2, I have the Pokemon for you that you need to focus on each hour. The very first one you should focus on is Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh is 4 times weak to rock types. So you're talking Terrakion, Rampardos, Rhyperior, any Pokemon that has a double rock moveset with fast rock move and charge rock move, you're going to obliterate Ho-Oh, and you don't even need that many people to still obliterate it. So Pokemon number 1 to do in the wind hour, if you're farming XP, is Ho-Oh. I would say the second one would be Mewtwo. Even though it has a high attack stat, it is very squishy. Use your dark types and you'll be just fine. Now, in the lava hour, Moltres, same thing as Ho-Oh, 4 times weak to rock, and it's not as tanky as Ho-Oh, so you'll be able to take it down even more fast than Ho-Oh. Also, Heatran, another one, probably not as exciting to do. If you need the shiny as well, there you go, bingo bango bongo, but I would do Moltres, because Heatran has no viability in the game whatsoever. It needs a move update, but it is double weak to ground, so if you have more of those as opposed to Moltres, and you're trying to farm that XP, use ground type Pokemon like Groudon, a whole team, whatnot. Double ground moveset, you will obliterate Heatran. Frost, Articuno, same thing as Ho-Oh Moltres, 4 times weak to rock, use your rock types, obliterate it. Honestly, that's probably the only one that I would farm, because the rest of these are pretty tanky. Lugia's tanky, Kyogre has good stats, Suicune's tanky, Regice is tanky, Palkia is not easy to beat, neither is Kyurem, and then Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf aren't that easy to beat per se either. Azelf being the easier one because it is squishier, but Articuno is going to be pretty much the number 1 Pokemon you're going to want to farm for XP in this hour. And finally, Thunder. There's not very many Pokemon that are easy to farm per se either. I will say Rayquaza is 4 times weak to Ice, so this is the number 1 Pokemon you want to farm because it's going to hit really hard. It's similar to Mewtwo, but you will be able to take it down a lot easier than it is Mewtwo. So just use your Mamoswines, double Ice movesets, even Glaceons, anything you have that's a dual Ice moveset, you'll be able to melt Rayquaza. I do believe this is actually doable, so I digress on saying that it's actually everything's hard in here. I'm wrong. This is actually really easy to beat. Rayquaza is the number 1 choice to farm XP. So there you guys have it. Let me know in the comment section down below, what are you prioritizing? Which Pokemon? There's quite a few shinies that I still need, and I want some XL candies from some of these Pokemon too. Farming XP, you can kind of do a couple things at once, right? If you need a shiny Ho-Oh and you need to farm XP, you can do a bunch of Ho-Oh. So there are some priorities you can double up on, per se. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Smash that like button, subscribe. Does this video help you out? It really does. I really do appreciate it. And that's it with your boy Fitz. I'm signing off. See you guys in the next Pokemon Go video.